D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I'm doing this story today from this article from Deadline, my favorite. And I had gathered this from last week, and I was going to do it on my Sunday video, but how I do things is I gather up all these articles and then I pick 3 stories and everything. And this one just didn't make it just because, it wasn't as fun. But I am happy about it. Okay, so they've picked Kelly Marcel to direct the 3rd Venom movie. Now, I personally like the Venom movies. I really liked the first one. The second one wasn't as good as the first one, in my opinion, but I still liked it. I liked it a lot. Although I wish Woody Harrelson would have kept that big, fantastic wig from the very first one movie. Yeah, so they're doing a 3rd Venom movie, which I was like, oh, I didn't realize they were going to do a 3rd Venom movie, which I'm not complaining right now. I'm actually excited for it because I'm curious to see who the villain will be. But yeah, because like I said before, I liked it. I also think maybe bringing Carnage for the 2nd movie was probably maybe now a bad choice just because he's such a huge villain that maybe they should have brought him in for the 3rd one. But I did like him in that 2nd movie. All right, let's read this article. So, and they've got a director, so that means things are moving along. Once you get a director, that means your movie, it's happening. It's happening, guys. So it says, after writing and producing the first 2 Venom films, Kelly Marcel is ready to make the jump into the director's chair, as sources tell Deadline. She is set to helm Marvel and Sony Pictures' Venom 3, starring Tom Hardy. And I like Tom Hardy. He's great. And he's so handsome, too. Marcel and Hardy will also produce, with Marcel writing the screenplay from a story by Marcel and Hardy. Avi Arad, Matt Mulmach, and Amy Pascal and Hutch Parker are also producing. And I think that, I think that it's great that she jumped from writer and producer to director. I think that it's always good to get, if you're proving yourself. And I think she has, in terms of like I said before, the 2nd movie wasn't the best, but I still liked it. I thought that it kept true to the first movie in the spirit of it. And I also think that it was good in terms of like the characters that they chose. I mean, when they brought in Shriek, I thought that was a fantastic idea because, her scream made the symbiote be all frantic and stuff, and it made it fall off of the host. And I thought that was great that you had this character Carnage who had a symbiote, and the love of his life could hurt him. And I thought that was great. Anyway, so it says plot details are unknown. Of course they are. Other than Hardy is returning as the lethal protector Venom, which I don't really like the anti-hero thing. I like my bad guys bad. But we'll see. Following the first 2 films grossing a combined 1.336 billion worldwide at the box office, it is also unknown who will be joining Hardy from previous films or whether any characters from the Sony Pictures universe of the Marvel characters will be joining the film. Now, I think I'll give me a second because I have thoughts on this, but let me just real quick read this last couple paragraphs. The first 2 films had their own director, with Ruben Fleischer directing the first and Andy Serkis helming the most recent pick. But Marcel has been there from the start as Venom's journey was being mapped out. Insiders say Hardy and Marcel have always been on the same page when it comes to shaping Venom's story, and that heading into the final chapter, the 2 were in step with what direction they wanted to head. Pardon me. Hardy announced on his social media channels earlier this year that Marcel was back at work on the script, and as the 2 were developing the story, sources say it became clear it made sense for Marcel to take over directing duties as well. we'll see how that works out. You know, there's not a clear thing of that writers make good directors, you know, so it'll be interesting to see where she, you know, does this. I mean, she could be a good director. We'll see, but I don't hold out hope for that kind of stuff. Prior to becoming one of the architects of the Venom universe, Marcel is best known for helping launch the 50 Shades of Grey franchise by writing the first film in the series, which I actually think that's the best one in that series. And she's repped by some fun people. I hate that they put their repped by. But yeah, the 50 Shades of Grey, that first one is actually my favorite one. I thought that was actually not the other ones are like, I'm like, whatever, it's fine. So it's obvious that she's a competent writer because, like I said before, I did enjoy the first two movies. But I'm not trying to diss on her as a director or as a person, but there's no proof in the pudding as far as directing goes. But we'll see. And she deserves a chance. I always think everybody deserves a chance. Now, in terms of story goes, I really hope that they bring in a Spider-Man, and I hope it's oh gosh, what's his face? Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I really hope they bring in a Spider-Man. You know, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that these Sony movies, really not having Spider-Man in your Spider-Man movies is really, I don't think it's a good choice. But what do I know? But what are you going to do? But I just really think that they should try to bring in a Spider-Man. There was one other thing I was going to say, but I just, yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say there. But, you know, in terms of it goes, listen, I'm going to be there opening weekend for this movie. I don't care. Oh, bad guys. Who could they bring in? There are some symbiotes. I think they should try to bring in another female bad guy, but make her the main bad guy. You know, we got a taste of female Venom. But I don't think they should redo that. I think they should bring, what is her name? She's yellow and she's got like the things. Oh, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. And then they did have what's his face from the last movie, and he plays, oh gosh, there's so many. I can't remember. I don't remember. There's options, and I hope they bring in some of those options. I'm really excited to see where they go from here. And I will be watching this movie. So tell me, what do you guys think about this? How do you feel about Kelly Marcel getting to direct the third Venom movie? Are you okay with this? Do you think this is a bad choice? Who do you think the bad guy should be in this movie? Do you think they should bring in a Spider-Man? And do you think it should be, like I said, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man? Or do you think they should bring in a completely new person to play Spider-Man? Or just not bring in Spider-Man at all? Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.